Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is MrYorkiesWorld and you are looking at one of the future aircraft that I'm going to be using in P3D version 4.1. This is the gorgeous PMDG Queen of the Skies 2 747-400 with the Lufthansa livery. And today we're actually going to be taking this amazing new bird. It's not new, but it's new for me. We're going to be taking her from Frankfurt all the way to Los Angeles. This is actually historical. It's not the actual aircraft that they now use for this flight. It's a historical flight. The actual flight number for today is, let me just check, DLH456 is the actual flight number. So this is going to be pretty epic for me. I'm just going to move Active Sky and GSX and everything so they come to the bottom left-hand corner and get some catering going. This is going to be the very first time I'm making a video on this aircraft. There are going to be mistakes. I do apologise. So to start off, we are going to be taking a total of 268,473 pounds of fuel, should I say. Pretty heavy today. We're going to be climbing out to 36,000, I believe. I will just confirm that in a few moments when I check everything. So first of all, we can go ahead and switch the IRSs to nav. I've just checked on the chart. Yes, it is 360. That's fine. No smoking and seatbelts can go on. The auto brake will set to RTO now. It's not really required straight away, but I will do it. And we will go ahead now and enter the FMC. So, nav data is not out of date. Ignore that. Pausing it. We are at EDDF, which is Frankfurt. This is payware, which I've just purchased, by the way, from Aerosoft. We are currently at gate C14, Charlie 14. And we will just grab the GPS position from the gate and stick it in there. That should come to life. We'll just set the barrow. Yes, I know it's a cheater's way out. I've just pressed B. I'm not bothered. 747 request. There we go. And we will take the RTE. I'm not sure what RT means, so we'll just go with the safe option. But look at that view, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've ever seen that. We are rainy today here at Frankfurt, but that is such an amazing view. So we are literally just waiting now. We've got the jetway that's attached already, and we are waiting now for the catering service to request that I open some doors to let them in, get some food going and some hot beverages. I've had very limited time watching tutorial videos and reading the documentation for this aircraft, so I do apologise. 25 centre is going to be the departure runway. And of course, the flight number for today is going to be DLH456. 6, there we go, stick that in there. Activate and execute. Wind data uplinks ready. We'll sort that out in just a second. Perf in it. And we will calculate the zero fuel weight, which today is going to be 223.7. The reserves, let me just check on this, because I'm not entirely sure what the reserves are going to be. Just bear with me a moment. Alright, so by the looks of it, the reserves for today are going to be 11. And I've just put 10 in. I don't know why I've done that. 11, and the cost index for Lufthansa is 70 according to what I'm reading right now, so we'll stick that in there. Cruise altitude for today is going to be 360, but I'm just going to stop GSX from annoying me by opening some doors for them. Get the catering on the go. LSG Sky Chefs, brilliant. 360 is going to be the cruise altitude for today, so we'll put that in, 360. Max alt is 321. Okay, well, we'll put the cruise altitude to 321 then. Fair enough. 320 then. We'll go to 320. That's fine, no problem. We must have a pretty heavy load today by the looks of it. We're going to do a 5% D-rate. I don't know whether that's what they really do, but that's what's going to happen. Flap setting for the 747 is 20, the standard setting. And the centre of gravity is 24% today. So we can set the speed, which is going to be a total of 181. VORs, traffic data, flight director, VOR, VOR, traffic data. Cruise altitude is going to be 320. And I'm just making sure I've got the V speeds correct, yep. So it's going to be 320, oh, too far, there we go, 320. LNAV, VNAV, and the runway heading for today is going to be 249. So we can stick that in there. Perfect, there we go. Right, what else? I can't think of anything immediately that we need to do. We can go ahead and make sure that the parking brake's set, which it is. APU can come on. I will go ahead and switch on the nav lights, because there's power to the aircraft. And the logo, because it's a little bit rainy outside. And we'll get the fuel page up. So we need to be configuring some fuel pumps. It looks like we've got fuel in the centre, fuel in the left, and fuel in the right, so that's fine. Everything looks even, so we can go ahead and switch on all the fuel pumps, including the centre ones. And GSX is just waiting for us to close the doors, so we'll do that now. Close and close. Arm and arm. And we can request boarding. You just got to wait while everything else is completed, but let's just get this show on the road. So, APU Gens 1 and 2, they can go on. The packs, some people leave pack 1 on and then switch the other 2 on after. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave both of them off, I think. And then just like the first one, whoa, that was a bit of a lag spike. I don't know why people do that. Some people leave the pack 1 on and then switch the other 2 off until pushback's complete. But anyway, we're going to wait until all the passengers and the baggage and everything has been loaded. Look at that. A rainy Frankfurt morning. Anyways, I will be back with you in just a second when all the passengers and the cargo have been boarded. And as if by magic, here we are. Back again. We're just literally going to go ahead now. And I don't know why I did that the long way around. I saw doors right there, so I don't know why. Anyway, we're going to close all. I love that feature of the 747. You can literally just arm them all, disarm them all, close them all, open them all. It's crazy. Beacon light can come on because we're about to set the hydraulics. We might as well go ahead and set the transponder up. Get all that sorted. Doesn't need to be on TA and RA just yet, though. Give it a quick test as well. We might as well.
Test. Pass.
And it's passed. That's always a welcome sound in the cockpit. We might as well go ahead now and just remove the ground connections. We will request pushback first. Tail left today. FS actions, ground connections, and just remove the wheel chocks, and that should sort us out, ready for pushback. Everything's looking nice and even on the fuel page there. Fix information, we're going to be at KLAX, which is Los Angeles. And we're going to do the regular 50, 100, and 50, no, I mean 150, what am I doing? 150. There we are, sorted. We'll sort out the NavRad page shortly, we don't need that just yet. Put this onto the init ref page, actually the takeoff ref page I think. And we'll put the second FMC onto the legs page. There we go, trim of 6.2. I do apologise about the lag spikes, by the way. And the lack of frames. This is a pretty big airport by Aerosoft. Nevertheless, we can set the hydraulics up. And we can release the parking brake. I certainly will start at will. Right, engines 4 and 3. With some fuel as well to go with that. Get the engine page up. Look at that view on the wing, love it. Absolutely love it. We of course have got the quad engines, all 4 of them, on this aircraft. Really looking forward to this. This is genuinely the first time that I've ever done a full flight in the 747. I've taken off a few times just to get used to it. Not actually flown it with a full takeoff to full landing, and certainly not done a video this long before. This is an 11-hour flight from Frankfurt to Los Angeles. Mistakes will be made, but I am hoping that this is going to be one of my lifetime experiences on this channel that's actually going to make me a better flight simmer. So do forgive me for the mistakes that you're about to see. I have probably already made at least 10 to 20 mistakes at the beginning of this video, so I am fully aware of that. I know people are going to say it in the comments, but onwards and upwards. Nice wing view. See if we can get the engines there. They do take a little longer than the 777 to start up. That was one cut out that I've just heard. And by the looks of it, number 4 is the only one that needs to actually fully start up now. Anytime now would be nice. Right, there we are, sorted. So that's actually started up now. Both engines on the right hand side, number 3 and 4, have started. So number 2 and number 1, we will try to start those, and we will set the parking brake for GSX. No problem at all. Packs can go to normal now. For some reason the 3rd and the 4th engine actually take longer than engines 1 and 2 to start up, so I don't know whether that's something to do with the 747, or I've no idea whether that actually happens in real life. We're going to switch on the wipers because it's a bit rainy, just for a little bit of realism there. Transponder can go fully on now. I know we're not on the runway, but we'll just leave it. I think usually it's part of the before takeoff checklist. So the tow truck's been disconnected and everything now. Look at those engines. Look at that sky. Very dark, very gloomy. But I love the sun in the background. Look at that. Through the clouds there. It's amazing. So we're still waiting for everything to be sorted now. What I am going to do is just wait for GSX to get out of the way first. I was going to switch on the taxi lights, but I'll wait while he turns away so he doesn't get blinded. There we go. He is turning. So we can switch on the taxi and the runway turn-offs. Oops. Click spots are a bit weird on this. And engines 1 and 2 have started up. There we go. So we're going to wait for any lights to go out, which they should do shortly. We will get the stat page up just to do a quick control check. So, full forward, full back, full left, full right, sort of, yep, and rudder left, and rudder right. And back into the middle, there we go, that's the control check done. Looking good to me. Get rid of that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort out the hydraulic pumps and switch that to auto. Switch off the APU in just a second. There we go. Waiting for the orange light to go out. And as you can see, we've got no lights. Everything looks normal, as it should be. So, takeoff ref says that we need a trim of 6.2. So we'll just set that around... Oh, bit too far, bit too far. That's more like 6.5. There we go. That'll do. Anywhere near there we go. And flaps can come down to 20. No, they need to come forward, not back. There we are. Flaps are on the way down. What else? Nothing immediately telling me that there's a problem. I'm going to switch that back to XPDR, just because I've heard that you're not supposed to actually switch on the transponder until you're on the runway. But anyway, we're near enough ready now. Ready to get these engines spooled up a little bit. There we go, that's the parking brake off. Let's have a look and see how good my taxiing is in this rather large aircraft. Listen to the whine of the engines. Really do love that sound. I might switch the wipers off once we actually get a little bit into our ascent or climb. Forgot to actually show you the flaps coming down, but look at that. Goodbye to Frankfurt. You can see the airport terminal there. We're going to be taking this right. You will have to excuse my potentially terrible taxiing skills, but I will try my best. So it's this right here. We're going a little bit fast, so I'm just going to slow down a little bit. Still getting used to the size, the sheer size of this aircraft. It's not as big as some aircraft that I've seen, but it's one of the biggest aircraft in the world. It is an honour to be flying it. So anyway, just before we depart, again we're going to be departing from runway 25 centre here at Frankfurt. We're going to be travelling west over the UK and over the Atlantic, crossing over the Labrador Sea, believe it or not, as we come into Canada. That's where we're going to be going over Minnesota and South Dakota as we make our way into LA, taking approximately 11 hours and travelling approximately 5,245 nautical miles. So anyway, here we are approaching 25 centre. And RAS is actually incorrect. This is 25 centre. That may be to do with the scenery. Landing lights on, taxi lights off, strobe lights on. We've already set it... No, we haven't. There we go. Set it to TA and RA, the transponder. Everything else is set. The flaps are set and everything like that. So we are basically ready to go. We're going to go ahead now and start the clock. If that's even the right way to do it. Oh, there we are. So I'm not going to follow the line to the right. I'm actually going to take this one to the left just to fully line up as best as I can. But look at that. Goodbye, Frankfurt. So long. See how good I can line up.
On runway 25 right.
Actually, 25 centre, but yep. And Toga, there we go. Listen to that sound of the engines.
knots.
80 knots. Nice wing view, goodbye. See you later. And rotate.
Rotate.
Nice and gently.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. There we are, look at that. We're in the air, guys, we've done it. Going to manually make a turn to the right. Not going to engage any autopilot just yet, but look at that. Look at the wing flex. Mountains in the background, the clouds, the rain, the scenery obviously. Following the flight director nicely. Autopilot's in now. Spam the intervene. Flaps can go back to 10. As you can see. Gear is locked. We can switch off the turn-offs now because we've left the runway. But apart from that, we're safe. We're up. We are making a nice little climb. Look at that. I'm seriously going to make a video, a meme of myself just saying, look at that all the time. But look at it. Horizon in the background there. Everything's looking good, to be honest. We can turn off the wipers. That looks absolutely amazing. This is one of the main reasons I do flight sim. Flaps up to 5. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Seatbelts to auto now. No, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with that. The sun in the background. That rain is actually coming down pretty heavy, and it's obviously hitting our plane pretty fast because we're going into the direction of it. Flaps can go up to 1. Just set the current heading. 313, there we go. And flaps can come up completely now. So stick it onto the legs page, just so we know where we're going. But that is it. I mean, we're making a very, very gradual climb, because obviously we are quite heavy today. But nevertheless, we are making a climb. I'm just going to bug in the speed, because we are going over speed at the moment. We're actually breaking the law. And we don't want to be doing that. We've not got a tailwind, so I don't understand why we're being blown, or why we're going a little bit faster than what we should. Nevertheless, we still have a positive rate of climb. Look at the window view, though. Lovely. We're actually losing a little bit of speed at the moment, but nothing too heavy. We are still managing. The aircraft is managing to keep us in check. I'm going to mess around with the speed just a little bit, because I don't want to go over speed, but I also don't want to go under speed, so don't want to stall the aircraft. Standard pressurization now. Brilliant. Look at the sun and that, look at that. Visibility will soon be virtually 0. It is near enough. Only just make out the ground now. Speed's coming back nicely, but we are again going over speed. To be honest, I don't think there's much we can really do about it. We're not on VATSIM or anything like that. We're not online, so I'll let that one slide for now. Look at the wing flex. I can't believe how much... There must be quite a bit of turbulence that we're going through. But look at that gorgeous bird. This is the reason that I do flight sim. I mean, I have often thought to myself, is there a limit to the amount of money that I'm going to spend on this simulator? Probably not. I mean, this was nearly £100, so it's quite expensive. But then again, it is worth it. I mean, PMDG, you can't go wrong anyway, but the 747, it's always been one of my favourite aircraft. So to be able to fly it, it's a dream come true for me in the virtual world, obviously. Speed's looking, well, I don't really know what to make of that. We're going faster than what we should be, but I should really bug in the altitude, speed intervene, sorry, but we're going to be at 10,000 soon anyway. Nevertheless, that is it. We're up in the air, as you can see. Visibility is getting a little bit better now because we're going above the clouds. I think what I will do is I will catch up with you guys after a short but sweet cinematic experience on this 11-hour flight. Don't know whether there's going to be much to see. A lot of it's going to be ocean, but you never know. So I'll catch up with you guys in just a bit. Okay guys, we are back again. We have just literally begun the descent now. You can see that we're going through 28,700 feet. We are following everything on the profile there. We're actually using vertical speed to descend because there are some mountains just over there. If I go through the route, you can see that at the moment we are heading towards Heck. And then that particular waypoint there is going to take us directly onto the ILS. So I'm using the vertical speed. I've been told off in the previous video about that. I'm trying not to use it, vertical speed, but on this particular occasion I decided it might be worth it. I'm going to reduce the speed just to 249, just to try and keep on profile, so that when we do get under 10,000 feet we're not going to be too fast. 30 at 150 is what we're going to be using, flaps 30 at 150 knots. That could change, but we'll have a go and see if we can keep it at that without any significant changes. So we are making a very, very slow descent. It's been so long. I mean, this 11-hour flight, this is the longest flight I have ever done on this channel. I've never done a flight this long before, so big milestone for me. The wings, I love the wing view, love the engines, love the interior cockpit of this aircraft as well. The design and everything. We're going to set auto brakes 2. If I can do it. There we go. Auto brakes 2. What else? So we can set the seatbelts in a bit because we don't need those on at the moment. But yeah, we're basically set up, guys. So I will catch up with you once we are lined up with the ILS over for runway 24 left. Alright guys, we are lined up on the ILS. We are nearly there. Gonna let this bird touch the floor for the first time in 11 hours. We've just fully established ourselves with the glide slope and the localizer. This is the first ever landing that I am going to be doing. Or should I say the first ever landing that I will have done in this aircraft. Wish me luck. I have no idea how it's going to react. I'm probably going to make several thousand mistakes. But for a first time flight, and the fact that the simulator hasn't crashed or anything, we're doing pretty well. It's been going on for a good 11 hours now. We've got quite a bit of turbulence as well. I've been trying to keep the speed just about right, just so that we keep the nose central, instead of lifting it up too far, like flaring too high. We can see over there, 24 left. Just in the distance. The frames are really struggling, I do apologise. But this is what you get when you get the FS Dream Team Los Angeles version 2 scenery. Which surprisingly is looking a little bit blurry, so I don't know why that is. Might have to change a few settings. 1,000 feet checked. Everything's sorted, the auto brakes arm, the flaps and everything are set. Disconnecting the autopilot. This is where it gets fun. We will have a little bit of a headwind on landing, and we've also got a tiny bit of a wind blowing us around left and right. But we will try and keep central. It's blowing us to the left of the runway at the moment. So I'm just trying to compensate for that. Try not to use too much rudder. Got to admit, this aircraft does respond quite well to movement. It's very sensitive, considering that it's such a large aircraft. We're not quite on profile on the glide, so I'm just going to try and correct that. But we need to be at the right. So I mean, left and right we're getting blown. So at the moment, we are slightly to the right. Now we're central. Glide slope, I just need to go a little bit lower. Pappies are looking sort of okay. This is where it gets fun. Landing, continuing, whatever you want to say. Here we go, this is going to be fun. 100 feet.
50,
Too much to the right.
30, 20, 10.
We've made it. Blurry runway and everything, but we've made it. We are down. Reversers are green. $80 knots. 60 knots now. Manual braking. And we'll take this rapid exit here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Los Angeles International Airport. That is the first time we have heard those wheels touch the ground in 11 hours. I am literally going to stop here because I have absolutely no idea where we're going. Don't even know whether this is the correct taxiway, to be honest. It is a rapid exit though, so... Right, we'll stop here. We can set auto brakes off. We can go ahead and switch the landing lights off and the runway turn-offs. In fact, no, they need to be on because we need the taxi lights on as well. APU, that can come on. That's the majority sorted out. I may need to call in GSX to get a follow-me car in a moment. Flaps, they can come all the way in now. The speed brake is already in. There's the flaps, making their way in. The lovely mountains in the background. See, some of the ground textures look okay, so I don't know whether that was just like a blurry effect. It might be like warm or something. I don't know whether that's... You sometimes get like a blurry effect from heat coming off the runway, so I don't know whether that's it. Can't be that warm, surely. But there are the flaps coming in. Right, so we're going to get GSX to take us to a gate. We'll go to next page. And it looks as if Terminal 2. And we will take gate 21. Request to follow me? Yes. We're just literally going to go with the GSX default choice, I think. So we'll wait for that to arrive. I've got to say I'm really happy with that landing. It's the first landing that I've done in the 747, so I've probably made quite a few mistakes there, but I do apologise for them. It's going to be expected. 43 seconds away. Excellent. So that's it. My verdict is that the 747 is pretty easy to control when it comes to landing, when it comes to taking off. It's pretty straightforward. It reminds me a lot of the 777. A lot of the systems are very, very similar, if not the same. But look at that. We are down. We're here. We've arrived. Waiting for the follow-me car. Lufthansa DLH456. This historic aircraft that is no longer used for this particular route. I think it's an A380 or something that's used now. There's the follow-me. Very gentle acceleration here, trying not to over-accelerate with the engines. They are very powerful. Why has he stopped? Which way is he going? Right, okay, we'll stop there a minute. I think he's going left, so we're just going to have a look. Yes, he is. You never know with these follow-me cars. Sometimes they decide to go in all sorts of weird and wonderful directions and randomly stop for no reason. But there we go, there we have it. Probably not the best, we'll stop the clock, probably not the best landing that I've ever done in my life. Certainly not the best landing on this channel. Got everything sorted. I think I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup while that follow-me car is riding along. Just going to make sure he's not going to turn here, doesn't look like he is. VORs, traffic data off, flight director off, flight director off. We'll have to skip over here, so VOR, traffic and data all off. And that's it, so that's part of the cleanup done. Got all the lights that need to be on, and all the lights that need to be off are off. No idea what the follow-me car's doing, he seems to be going off track a little bit. Nevertheless, look at that, that's the terminal building there. Whoa! Alright then. That was a bit strange. What the hell's he doing? It looks as if he may be taking this right turn. Is he? No? No, maybe not. Anyway, I will skip to the point where we get there, because by the looks of it, we're going to be taxiing for an eternity, so see you in a moment. Alright, so I figured basically we can't be going any further than this really, because there's a terminal building. The tower's just over there on the right. And it looks as if this is a dead end anyway, so the gate must well be the one right at the bottom. But this is it. This is the FS Dream Team's LA version 2. And it's a pretty nice piece of payware, actually. I've had this a while, and I really wish that I would have done more flights to it. Right. Taxi and turn-offs, they can go off now. I should really have turned off the strobes because we exited the runway, but we'll sort that out when we park up and everything. I actually got the turn distance and everything right for this aircraft for once. Right, let's just take a look outside, just to make sure that, look at that, not perfect, but that'll do, I think. We will get the jetway. And that is it. Welcome everybody to Los Angeles. We will cut off the fuel to all the engines now. Oh, yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Always forget to transfer the power. APU gens, there we go. That should temporarily fix the problem. Apologies about that. Right. Let's just request ground power, and then by the time we get that, we should be able to turn off the APU and everything. Transponder's off. But that's it. Welcome everybody to Los Angeles. This has been an absolute pleasure to do this flight. I'm just cleaning up the MCP at the moment, but that is it. If you've got any suggestions for another flight you'd like to see me do, please leave them in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing to the channel. All my social media links and everything else are in the description, guys. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.